Well, I logged in today, and will you looky this? I think this is a new version of Don Hung. Permanent Sore Terre. So that's cool. Pact of Permanent Sore Terre. Calamity undone, soaring above the lands. This is permanence. With the power to hold earth and lift the sky, protect the path of Trailblaze. Well, that sounds cool. I mean, I have little context, but I'm assuming it has something to do with the end of Amphorius. And we get him for free. And he's a 5-star. I wonder if he's good. Well, welcome back then. We have our new Don Hung. Uh-oh, look at that leg there. All right, maybe we're good. I'm not sure if he used the new banner then. Oh! Try not to laugh challenge. Something to do with Sparkle? Kate from the Bloodhound family found a strange dream bubble and invites you to join a trial called Try Not to Laugh Challenge. Needless to say, this must have something to do with the masked fools. I hope it's actually really funny. Like some sort of stand-up comedy or something. And yes, he is. He's also preservation. We have a Naxa to go with him. Since they give him to us for free, I might be able to save my wishes. Unless there's a really good reason why I would want constellations, or eidolons rather, or his weapon. Shall we try the trial? See what he's all about. Presumably preserving. Makes sense if March got some updated love that Don Hung would as well. Wonder if Himiko ever will. Or Welt. Alright. Provides a special stackable shield to allies. So we're going Aventurine style. Summons Soul Dragon to assist teammates in combat, which triggers follow-up attacks after enhancement. Okay. I mean, I think Aventurine kind of works well in follow-up teams as well. Kind of stepping on his toes there a bit, Don Hung. The teammates with Soul Dragon gains increased attack. Teammates plural. He's got his tail out. That's fun.
I'll always protect.
You know, Don Hung, growing things is very abundance vibed. Of course, he's still got his spear. That makes sense. Oh, wow. Increases his attack by 64%. When wearer uses ultimate, restores HP equal to 10% of the wearer's attack for all allies. Oh, that's a really nice weapon. Yeah, everything about this weapon is lovely. Let's take a look at your abilities. Aegis Vitae. Physical damage, 90% of Don Hung's attack. So attack scaled. Terra Omnibus. Designates one ally character as the bond mate. It provides all allies with a shield that can offset damage equal to 18.8% of Don Hung and Permanent Sore Terre's attack plus 355 for 3 turns. Interesting, the shield are attack based instead of defense based. So it lasts for 3 turns. I think they said it was stackable. 3 turns, 3 turns, 3 turns. 3 turns, 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 3 Yeah, it can stack, but it can't exceed 300%. I am curious how his shield compares to someone like Aventurine. I mean, Aventurine's much older, but he's an excellent shielder. And let's see, Bond Mate only applies to the most recent target of his skill. Okay. Imperianity. When using skill, increases attack for target, who has become the Bond Mate by an amount equal to 15% of Dan Heng's attack. Nice. I could see this going well in someone... Wait, maybe not. They're HP scaled now. I was going to say someone like Jing Liu or Blade, but no, HP scaling. The attack is useless for them. And it kind of competes with having someone like Huohua, who buffs attack, but heals instead. A Dragon's Zenith knows no rue. 135 cost. Deals physical damage equal to 262% of his attack to all enemies. Provides a shield. 18.8, I think that's the same as his skill. Yes. When repeatedly receiving Dan Heng's shield, rank its stack. Soul Dragon becomes enhanced. Ooh. When Soul Dragon takes action... Wait, what is Soul Dragon? Is it a summon? Something in the talent? When Soul Dragon takes an action, launches follow-up attack, dealing physical damage to all enemies equal to 70% of Dan Heng's attack and additional damage of the Bond Mate's type to all enemies equal to 70% of the Bond Mate's attack. And the enhancement state lasts for 2 turns, or 2 Soul Dragon actions. This seems really nice. He's not just a shielder. He buffs, and then, especially with his follow-up attacks, a bit of a sub-DPS. Granted, you only get 2 of those per ultimate. Sublimity. When Soul Dragon takes action, additionally provides a shield that can offset damage equal to 5% of his attack, plus 100. So a little bit extra. Nice. But only to the ally whose current shield is the lowest. Still, that's nice. When the enhanced Soul Dragon takes action, additionally deals 1 instance of additional damage. The Bond Mate's type to 1 enemy whose current HP is the highest. Okay. Equal to 40% of their attack. And that never changes. Oh yeah, because it's not a part of the skill. That's one of the side upgrade traces. Alright. A virtue forms unfold. When an ally character becomes the Bond Mate, Dan Heng summons Soul Dragon for them, which is an initial speed of 165. Ooh, it's fast. When Soul Dragon takes action, dispels 1 debuff from all allies. Nice. There goes that benefit from Huohua. Provides a shield that can offset damage equal to 9.4 plus 177. When Dan Heng or the Bond Mate is knocked down, the Soul Dragon disappears. Well, that shouldn't be happening. Sylvanity. When combat starts, Dan Heng advances action by 40%. Nice. Help you get that shield out immediately. When the Bond Mate uses an attack, Dan Heng regenerates 6 energy, and Soul Dragon advances action by 15%. Lovely. So, 165 speed, summon is undoing debuffs and giving us shields every turn, every one of its turns. And oh no, never mind. And then your ultimate and your skill also give you that. Plus, we get follow attack, up attacks, and an attack buff. Pretty hefty attack buff too. 15% of Don Hunk's attack. Pretty good. Alright, Earthrend, the technique. After using technique, gains bond mate and inflicts daze on enemies within a certain area for 10 seconds. Dazed enemies will not actively attack all ally targets, right? Oh, the bond mate goes to whoever the active character is. Interesting. At the start of the next battle, automatically uses skill one time on the character with bond mate, without consuming any skill points. Ooh. So we automatically get the shield, right? All right, Don Hung. I think you probably give Aventurine a good run for his money, especially since you're free. Let's see what you can do.
No need to hesitate. Your judgment brought you this far.
For 10 seconds.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles.
Beautiful. All right, let's give the shield to... Hold on, I love your new outfit. To, yeah, Saber.
Heaven trembles.
Be nice if it made the bond mate more likely to be attacked. Well, I guess since we shield everybody, it doesn't matter. That thing goes frequently. I appreciate that.
Is it coming? Ready, set. Fighting the west wind, away we go!
Dragons, obey this order. Calamity undone, soaring above the lands.
Oh, that's fun.
This is permanence.
Really embracing your power, Don Hung.
I have heard the call, loud and clear. Serenity stands clear before me.
Did that affect the summon even though it wasn't hers? Or does she count for it as well because she's its bond mate? That's a nice feature.
Away and take off together! Good!
Nice.
In this mortal form, I will walk with you, watch over you, and guide you on your path.
Yeah, I think our shields are holding up quite well.
Bang! Move aside! No bullying allowed! Huge news!
My strength is not what it was.
No, it is not.
More.
It is. Pretty basic regular attack. Beautiful.
Torment and doubt, I bid you farewell.
Yeah, get them both. We just keep going. Now, I'm not sure if he'll be quite as good. Obviously, he won't without his weapon. But still. If I want, this would be a good opportunity to wish for weapons. What is your weapon like? Anaxa. How good is it? Life should be cast to flames. Okay, this one is very much not very usable by others. It's like Silver Wolf, if she was erudition, could, but really, I don't think anyone else. Definitely no eruditions. In which case, wishing on the weapon banner is probably not worth it. Unless these other three are really good. Can't see what those other three do. At least not from here. Okay. Could also wish for Saber, but... Actually, you know, while I'm not going to be wishing for Don Hung since they give him to us, I do have a lot of standard banner wishes to make. How far are we right now? I mean, we're at over 50, so... There we go. Maybe we'll get 2. Oh, another Bronya. Okay. Only silence remains. Do I have this? I probably have this one. Excellent. I see what this one does. Okay, it's a hunt. Attack 16%. Fewer enemies on the field. Crit rate gain. Okay. Gotta march. I'm actually blanking on your name. I'm sorry. Shui, that's right. I'm hoping to get a bunch of those to get some more wishes. Hello, March, with your pom-pom. Ooh. Which one is this? Good night and sleep well. Who are you? I don't think I recognize you. But, let's see. Nihility. For every debuff the target enemy has, the damage dealt by the wearer increases by 12%. Up to 3 times stacked. Nice. I think that one will go well on someone. Ah. Yeah, what the hell? I'm going to use up these 7. And that's it. Still. Lovely. Got some good stuff, I think. Namely, potentially 10 extra wishes. Alright, let's see. Let's head to the Library of Philia. Can we warp there or wait? Yeah, okay, it's beneath us. Still, though, this area is kind of cool. Oh, hey. You notice... Whoops, I meant to go for the chest. You notice a mural etched on the wall depicting a giant tree spreading its branches under the sunlight, with countless sparks of wisdom cascading from the treetop. This was the origin of the Grove of Epiphany, back when Circes selflessly imparted knowledge to the people of Emphorius. Those fortunate enough to receive their legacy became their earliest disciples. The false history of this world.
Oh.
Well, I guess it's kind of true. It's a founding myth, but there is some truth to it. On Emphorius, at least. I saw this appear earlier. Ah, Titan's Echoes. Divine Echo Reason. Bough of Rift Circes. Spring plants questions and fertile minds. Autumn yields wisdom pure and true. Amidst holy leaves, truth we find. At the base of the sacred tree lies the throne. I mean, at the top of the sacred tree. The pinnacle of mortal wisdom. Countless scholars of the Grove spent their lives striving to reach this seat of knowledge. Yet now, it stands before you, unguarded and unclaimed. A faint whisper seems to echo in your ears. Oh, trailblazer from afar, can you resist the temptation of ascending the throne? Undoubtedly, I cannot. Indeed, when such a grand yet empty throne appears before you, who could resist the urge to sit upon it? Besides, what harm could refusing this temptation possibly bring, save for missing an opportunity? You decide to yield to the desire in your heart, but not so fast. Before becoming king, there's something you must do first. What? Get a crown? You need to select your subjects. Ooh. Ordinary humans? Maybe a tad more fantasy. Chaotic evil. Let's go a little more fantasy. You want a more fantastical world. Great choice. You shoulder a giant sword and carry 2 bottles of pomegranate juice as you approach the final battle platform alone. Standing in your way is the familiar Flame Reaver. Uh-oh. Combat-brained brute Nikador, the Lance of Fury. Coward shackled by memories, Orynyx, the Veil of Evernight. Great fool trapped in the cocoon, Circes, the Bough of Rift. A band of self-righteous titans, and you, the nameless hare seeking the flame, you're all the same filth. Was this the Flame Reaver talking? The black-clad swordsman unsheathes a strangely shaped blade and points it at your chest. A fierce battle is inevitable. What happens next? Well, no one can fight the same battle twice, not even in your imagination. Regardless, you defeated the swordsman and claimed ultimate victory. So, definitely in my head. A dream. The White Dryad brings word. At the end of the forest, at the sacred site of scholars, Stell has become the sovereign of the Grove. Under your rule, it would surely be described as an era of trailblazing. Awesome. Sovereign of the Woods. Alright, no more fooling around. To the library we go.
Light up the dawn.
Just gonna obliterate our path.
Light up the dawn. Light up the dawn.
There we go. Even more effective than Acheron.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here?
Looks like it's down there.
I'm off to have some fun. It's free time now.
Oh.
I should relax too.
Of course. Alright, if Mem is leaving it up to us, what should we do, everyone? Alright, what do we got? Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading tastes. What did you grab? The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. What is it? It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So, which reading material will you peruse? Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly. My professor can't possibly be this shy. One Punch God, Aquila. Ooh. Wait, can I read all of them? Let's start with One Punch God, Aquila, in case we can't. Oh my god. These are actually kind of long. But probably worth it. Brushing off the dust that had settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm, facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. So you think you're something special just because you defeated my... Wait, no. Okay, this is not the One Punch God speaking. So you think you're something special just because you defeated the silent Giorios? Mortal, heed my advice. The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly, he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed together, and with a simple motion, he lightly waved at the colossal being before him. Arrogant fool! You will pay the price for your insolence! Oh no, the One Punch God isn't Aquila. Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating intense heat, and in an instant, their massive wings vibrated at an imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurtling straight toward the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan can pierce through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced the reflexes. Oh, it is Aquila. Predicting the movement. Wait. But isn't Aquila the Sky Titan? Alright, I'm not exactly following who's who. Oh, facing a giant eagle. And I guess the giant eagle is the God King. But then it says the feathers. I would have thought that the giant eagle would... What in the world is with this writing? The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced the reflexes, predicting the movements of this arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King shifting his stance, Aquila mused. He had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to evade left or right, or stand firm and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feathered blades would shift with the wind, altering their trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But Who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead. Oh, this is from Aquila's perspective, right? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between two fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at supersonic speed. The feather blade curved with the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. Ding! The deflected feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with others and further altering their trajectories. Ding! The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in an irregular rhythm, a chain reaction unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? So Aquila is the bird, and is not the One-Punch Man. Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not know themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as the scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel greatswords, aiming to end the battle in a swift, single, decisive strike. Boom! How far are we? We're only halfway through. Oh, geez. The massive claws struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No, something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. The sensation was strange. Had it missed? Or they focused their gaze, only to witness the impossible. Their enormous, razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught, held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King were merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an airy contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty and untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock. For the first time in 1,000 years. Muttering disbelief, they said, "Impossible! Even Giorios, when fighting me, could do nothing but evade beneath my iron claws. Yet you, what in the world are you? Haven't you already figured out the answer? A mere mortal, nothing more." "You cocky little..." Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip, it was as if frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expression darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched the fingers of his free hand and then, at a speed even the Titan's vision could not perceive, with full force, he swung his fist. Yikes. Boom! In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave of force shook the heavens, sending tremors through the divine, steel-forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. The people of Emphorius would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens, and all of this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. Damn straight. The distant Titan gods sensed the fall of their comrade and erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could his advance ever be shaken? What they did not realize was that even one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desires of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. Congratulations, you have reached your end, Aquila. You are strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan. He ignored the crumbling stone walls behind him and strode toward the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment on his face was unmistakable. But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me. Next time, battling Nikador. Next issue on hiatus, of course. Invigorating literature. Your favorite. Stell's looking quite happy. This article leaves you feeling empowered, as if you are the author's one-punch god incarnate. I mean, you fit the aesthetic kind of well, just with a bat instead. Sky Titan Aquila? That's nothing. Alright.
I wonder what Finan and Mem are reading.
I don't know. Finan?
Let's take a closer look.
Mem is presumably reading what she needs to be reading. Finan... Good question. Oh, we do get... Yes, nice. We get to keep them. Oh, there's Finan. What you reading, buddy?
I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
Well, are you embarrassed? Just curious what you're reading.
You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to Make a Fortune.
Huh. Didn't know you were into this. I know how. In your dreams.
Whew, your comments cut deep. It's tough to find a good comeback. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth.
Really?
That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily.
No.
It's 30% grind, 70% fate.
Of course.
Oops, I talked too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and... integrity and skill.
Well, wealth is certainly nice. But, yeah. To be a good leader, integrity and skill, for sure. Now, you have fun with that, Finan. Gonna go talk to Mem. Alright, Mem. What are you reading? I thought it was blank, but no, it is a bunch of squares? Ma'am, what are you reading? Can't read the squares, huh?
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, but poor time for fishing.
Huh.
Then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Emporius these days?
You're gonna make Fagusa upset saying things like that. Actually, I think Fagusa's already dead. What are you looking at? Are you into fishing?
You scared me!
Sorry, ma'am.
Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard.
I didn't burst into your world. I snuck up behind you.
Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Of course.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
Good question. Maybe they're finding secrets about themselves. That might be interesting. What is Mem reading? Is this one also squares? Yeah, it's the same exact document, Mem.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine.
Cards? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards?
Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer.
Oh?
But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all?
What kinds of cards? Use them flexibly, don't just memorize.
What a coincidence! We meet again.
But of course.
We're fated to be together, huh?
Yes, we are. Why are you trying to hide something from your fated partner, Mem?
But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
Why, thank you, but what is up with you?
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
Yeah, what is Mem reading? Fine.
I've
What's
spent
Mem
a lot
reading?
of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth.
Yeah.
That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate.
Wealth is definitely a major head start in life.
Oops, I'm
Playing on
talking too
easy
much.
mode.
As a leader, you need both integrity and integrity and skill.
Want to come sneak up on Mem with me? Boo. Yes, I'm right behind you.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
Why, thank you. I'm mostly helpless against your charm as well.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphorious Divination Compendium?
That means nothing to me. Would either of you care to explain?
Why are you here too?
Why are you so... What is up with you, Mem? Are you reading something bad? It's not smut, is it?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore. Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
Yeah. Divination as in scrying and the like, right? Soothsaying, fortune-telling, etc.
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock.
Really? Mem. That's adorable. If true. Is that really all you wanted to do? That's so cute.
But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
Do I believe Mem? She looks kind of smug. I think I do believe her.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
Really? Interesting.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future.
I was just thinking, does that sound like Black Swan or no? I guess it could be a coincidence, but I feel like she uses cards like that as almost a diviner.
If the good omens foretold by divination were true, My hometown, Heidi's Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared.
Oof. Yeah. Actually, I don't think we've ever seen Black Swan do any sort of divination. She does have cards, of course.
Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
Are they flawless? I mean, her prophecies come from... I'll call the world the system. They come from the system. The broader system that is, you know, this cycle is a part of. The system that holds the, damn it, why am I forgetting what they're called? Emanator of Destruction, Beast, Doomsday, not Doomsday Beast, that's what we fought at the beginning of the game. Shoot. Well, whatever. It'll come to me again eventually, or they'll say the name again. But, you know what I'm talking about. A little faith in these things isn't bad sometimes. It should be approached with a critical eye, yes.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits.
Oh?
Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future.
The dark side clouds everything.
That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
I'm admitting that it's bullshit. And just used to make people feel better. You've really thought about this, haven't you? What if divination predicts something bad?
Divination is only meaningful when there are both good and bad outcomes.
Right.
Even bad omens serve as guidance. They can help keep us alert, right?
As long as it's not the kind of fortune-telling or future sight where the future is set in stone and that, you know, the path you take to avoid that future leads towards it. As long as the future is something we can affect, then sure.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes.
I don't think it's Black Swan he's talking about. I don't think she's ever been to this planet. Not before us. That's why she needed us. But,
Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly. It utterly captivated me as a child.
oh, there we go. We have a name. And also Cyrene. Not Cyrene. Okay.
Right. I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
I don't see why not.
Oh, wow!
Oh!
It's so exquisite! I'd love to have a card like that.
It's those. It's what, no, ma'am, it's what we put in our books. Or in your book. Those mitts up to the task. They gotta craft a mem-specific deck.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Crystal? Mem, do you think I'm made of credits?
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates?
Yeah.
The riddle that Orynyx posed to us?
Right. I don't remember the exact wording, but I remember you're going to sacrifice yourself. It's like find something heavier than something, and the answer was your life. What?
Who's there?
Black Tide? Oh,
You are...
it's them. Assassins. Nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
No, they are not, Mem.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood.
let's just say the council isn't taking this too well.
Are they cleaners?
Nice mask and eye. I mean, they must be confident if they're sending them up against not only trailblazers, but Chrysos heirs. Well, pre-demigod Chrysos heirs, though.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly.
What's being cleaned? Clothes or cars?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing.
Well, clearly you're not assassins, otherwise you wouldn't have shown yourselves and we would be dead.
We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
Of course you could, if you were good at your jobs.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners.
Yeah, that's about what I figured. But not all Chrysos heirs are made equally. And you are an exceptional one. And I am also the Galactic Baseballer. And I will bat their heads into the next park over.
Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
And they never went away.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors.
Oh, I'm sure. Don't get me wrong, it wouldn't surprise me if there were people who wanted to abuse their powers, but, well, that applies to your masters as well. Unfortunately for you. And color me skeptical that they initiated the war. But also, I don't think any of you are experienced in combat against Chrysos heirs, so... Well, that's good for us. A bunch of green thumbs, or greenhorns, or...
Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
No. How about we don't?
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
Yeah. Well, maybe one. Certain somebody who's very upset that things didn't go her way.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
So, what were those disasters exactly, Cleaner Captain? And also, as always, same mistake that you fools always make. You ignore the only real threat, the Black Tide, which you are helpless against. Truly and utterly.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
Stick a blade in our hearts. Just a handful of you here. Who do you think you're fighting?
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves.
If they're good at their jobs, yes. I'm fully ready to believe they're just terrible assassins.
All right. Let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull.
Don't say
Still
that.
need to slice off your tongues.
Your sword is sharp and your shoulders well rested. Oh, Hyacinth and Treeby. Oh, hey, you got your unicorn little thingy.
How's it going, Cinny?
Cinny.
Fits, doesn't it?
Love it.
It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Where are you guys?
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
It really is so adorable.
Do you like it here too, little Ika?
No. Oh my god. Oh, come on. That is so adorable.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Fair enough.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
I think Lady Treeby forgets a lot of things as her solo roads.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end.
Damn, centuries. Impressive.
Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land.
Wait, there were people who just lived in the sky? Are they like bird people, or could they walk on clouds? They had flying fortresses.
Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Interesting. I don't know. I think there's more to that discrepancy, Treeby. This was all the official record, I think.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treeby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
Yeah, a lot of it. The only person who's lived through more would be Castrus. You said it, little Ika.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
Yeah, keep growing, little Ika. Oh, hey.
Lord Crediros?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Miss Hyacinth. And Lady Treeby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Oh, thank you.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
Intrigue, schemes, certain somebody being a very sore loser. More schemes from one step removed from a god. Turns out your planet might actually be a prison. Not for you guys, for something else.
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
Well, unfortunately, that's not quite true.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
I mean, maybe. She's quite old, and as we know with Treeby, you know, things degrade over time until the next cycle. You officially become a Titan.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the Golden Threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
Right. They might send someone to assassinate Treeby. And Hyacinth. Anyone who would do such a thing deserves a fate worse than death, but...
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Treeby. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble! Miss Hyacinth! Trouble!
Oh no.
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Please! Something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace!
What terrible thing? Use your words, it'll affect how we approach it.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya!
Oh no. She's not dead.
It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Is she surrounded by those cleaners? You sure she's in trouble and not the trouble? Moments ago in the Marmorial Palace. She sees him coming for her.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago.
And they had a little more respect for you.
Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey, and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago.
She's basically talking to the assassins right now, isn't she?
Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Gold Weaver.
Yeah, ho ho ho. You see, and that's the thing. Fighting Chrysos heirs is a very different thing from fighting demigods, I feel like.
But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Oh, she's here personally.
Aglaya.
God, you're arrogant, Kindness. Unless you have something up your sleeve. To come here in person. To invite death upon yourself, because as you were so fond of believing and saying, Aglaya is... well, she's lost a lot of her humanity. I don't think she'd have any problem with executing you for this.
You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Is that what it is? Simple jealousy.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your...
Treachery.
incompetence.
Oh, I have to agree with Gly on this one. Everything about Kindness has left me unimpressed.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Yeah, but they don't have any shame.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now?
Hey, why don't you?
These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
Oh, God, you just need to go, Kindness. Truly. Yours is the type I can't stand. Every accusation, a confession.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish.
Are you sure? It certainly looks like you are.
The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
At Treebees. Theirs? You threatening the innocent civilians of your own city now. God, you are just a power-hungry evil fool.
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
That's a very good point. I'm actually curious if it would sway you or not, though.
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent.
What was the reason they gave for her weakening the threads? Was it just because her soul is barely hanging in there?
Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless.
Ho ho ho.
Because your evil is beyond cure.
So true.
You finally figured it out. You have
What do you
grown
have planned,
dull.
Kindness?
I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
Why don't you execute her
I
now?
want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
You targeting the little child? Oh my God. What kind of monster have you? You're even worse than I thought.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too?
Kill Kindness right now, please. In the most painful way possible.
You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning.
Please, someone just sock this asshole in the face.
If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
Tell me, Kindness. And what's your plan if she seizes you right here and now, holds your life hostage?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow.
Damn. I respect that you're willing to sacrifice yourself for that small child. But you can't let kindness get away with this. She's a freaking monster. And she will absolutely destroy Akama. Get everyone here killed. In her pursuit of power.
Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me? Cyphra?
Cyphera. Q, Treeby, and Hyacinth. Oh no, Cypher. Meanwhile, Cypher was scavenging for treasures along the nether shore. A millennium ago at Memorial Market.
Seamstress!
Aw.
I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen.
Oh my god, wait, Cypher's one of the first two then, is she? This was a millennium ago. So it goes Treeby, Aglaya, and then probably Cypher.
As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
She's adorable.
little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my
Oh.
shop dressed in those tattered rags.
This before Aglaya's a demigod as well. Oh,
What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
wow. Love sapphires. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tier of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait, you've seen one before. And here I thought I'd leave you speechless. What a letdown.
Oh, I love little Cypher. She's so freaking cute.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Yeah.
Mind your manners, kitty.
Even back then, she was a little kitty thief.
Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
Oh! That's why she said Cypher. A Cypher, of course. Yeah, so her actual name was Cyphera. We don't still have that, do we? Damn. I wanted to go back and look at what exactly she said to Cyphera.
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
A little bit.
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
Oh, she is a demigod at this point. Okay. But she still has most of her humanity at this point, probably.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Oh, is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
The fact that you're able to fool her golden threads while lying is actually extremely impressive.
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Probably.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Is it going to be the outfit she has now?
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Oh. Gorgeous shoes. Look a little uncomfortable. How do you...
Oh, it's shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
Got the blue for the sapphire. Gold.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently.
I wonder how true that is.
Put them on, Cyphra. Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
That's so sweet. As much as she grew to be annoyed with Cypher later on in life. Aw, I love it. It's got a soft spot for the children.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
They're a gift, Cypher, no worries. I guess actually no, you bought them.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
You'll grow into them.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Exactly. She's still wearing them. Shut up, Spirit Thief Bartholos.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Oh, she was telling this story to Bartholos. Yeah, I think she is wearing them.
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power.
Oh.
Your Amphorius is most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad.
No. As she said, it was the stories say, not that they literally did.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls.
Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress?
Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing.
No, it was adorable. I loved your story, Cypher.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaia wasn't trying to trick you?
Trick her about what?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
And what are you talking about, Bartholos?
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago.
Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia.
Look how beautiful she is.
She really is.
Let me take a good sniff of this air.
Probably stagnant. Maybe a little soulsy. You like the smell?
This air.
It's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful. Just wonderful.
Beautiful, even. Yeah. Gonna go collect it for me, are you?
Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it.
I mean, it's allowing you to get a bunch of new treasures, right? In addition to eventually saving the world.
Time for treasure hunting, Barto. Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Brave.
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is. How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher.
Good old threat.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Aw, poor little kitty. Doesn't like the water.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery. Uneasy around water.
And she's also the demigod of cattery, so yes.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
I mean, when you see the cattail in the airs, yeah, of course she is.
Cats hate getting wet.
Exactly.
What's so hard to understand about that?
Nothing, Cypher.
Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
90-10.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
What, the spotlight?
Not a good imitation.
What, Bartholos?
I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Oh, is a fake Bartolos? Who's pretending?
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
You little.
Trying to trick me into saying something.
Not a chance.
Hit.
You're as sharp as ever.
Sharper than you know, little Bartolos. All right, let's finish up by writing some of these stories. Let's, we're about to do some Cypher stuff, so we'll save her for last. Anaxa, let's actually start with Mighty. Ascension of the Lone Godslayer.
To die for glory is not eternal sleep.
This is a lie all Castrum Kremnos keeps.
I was gonna say.
The world after death is superior to reality and basks in light.
But such vague poems the Crown Prince would not easily believe.
It's a smart Crown Prince.
Cowards who dare not to look death in the eye.
He declared thus on the day he returned from the stream of souls.
Longing for a martyr's heaven and reciting self-deceiving stories.
His words are sacrilege incarnate. More arrogant than his blood and family.
Ooh.
True warriors should treat that paradise with spite.
It's like, no, don't try to die. Even if you're a warrior, you make the other person die. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty thing to do not to look Castris in the eye. Or her sister, for that matter. But yeah, he would have... I don't know how much he would have recalled at the time, but he would have seen the truth when he entered the Sea of Souls, that basically everyone is lost, that the soul, the river is damned.
Many followers thus stop, no longer following his steps. For they feel this young man's words, compared to poems, are even more absurd.
Stuck in their ways. But to be fair, well, I was to say, to be fair, it was, what does he know? But he's literally died. He was cast into the literal underworld and came back.
A body immortal equals not perfection. The man braved dangers endless, simply to seek his weakness. In his greener days with more amateur skills, in crises where death denied him even after kills, he learnt why curse is a synonym for blessing.
It's all a matter of perspective.
He saw that visage of terror at life's closing.
Visage of terror. Do you mean fear of death, or the corpse of the dragon damning the River of Souls?
Seems unmoved when this past is mentioned. Having braved death 9 times, he who was once lacking now excels above everyone else, still rising. Yet, when asked if he's still as ticklish as when he was a child, he does not answer.
He is. That's adorable.
It's a wild tale he won't care to opine. It's said that Castrum Kremnos has secrets divine, through which the king's power has passed. A one-man army, by strength in their bloodline.
Look, every city-state has a secrets divine.
Therefore, a traitor who does not inherit the throne is a king most infirm.
As the protagonist hears these words, he refutes not, but openly responds.
These are not rumors unfounded. But will they matter if my deeds eclipse those of all other kings, achieving glory beyond?
I love it. What a great turnaround.
Never turning back in war, he seizes all our glory.
That rumor in the war camp of fury often casts a shadow on the man's heart. Indestructible and fiery. When campaigns become mired in terror, he sends his army to places safe and secure.
Smart.
Yet alone he goes to fight,
Oh.
knowing death can touch him there.
I respect that. Of course, his men probably didn't, because they don't seem to value their lives well enough, but...
The Kremnoan detachment who follows him in livery all die in bed, devoid of glory. They have their share of grudges upon death, but the man has no regret, none necessary.
Nope. You did what you needed to. Protected your people.
Your glory lies not in death, but in my hands.
Yeah. It's a struggle for them to learn that, though. There's no glory in death.
The dust settles, and strife calms. A deathly quiet covers his father's realm, and the man, alone, returns home. A question seems to sound from shadows of the past around.
Did you already walk that flame-chasing road, O King?
I mean, he did.
Atop the throne, the man mutters alone.
There's nothing else worthy of the hunt. For I am the blazing fire at the journey's end.
Damn straight you are.
As it has been foretold, he killed the king to become a king, and killed the god to become a god.
Yeah?
His eternal destiny is to be crowned in blood.
Poor guy, though. You know he doesn't want that. I wonder if that was his last one. Alright, let's do Aglaya next. Elegy of Beauty and Ugliness.
In the past, when strife swallowed the earth, and schemes disrupted the hearts of friends, the maiden who was yet a weaver was wrapped in a cocoon most grand,
Metamorphosis.
untouched by the storms sweeping through the land.
And out came the beautiful golden butterfly.
She spent her youth in a palace of romance, surrounded by treasures, with even maids beautiful beyond belief, often bathing in the praise and admiration of wealthy nobles.
Yeah, she came from a very, very wealthy family, it seems. I mean, Finon alluded to that earlier. I think we basically had a sense of that even before then.
Till warfare set the threads aflame.
Right.
And the devoutly praying priest was slaughtered before the altar. The family, adored by all, perished before their courtyards.
Oh my.
And the blood of her maidservants dyed her golden mantle red.
Maybe that explains some things about her.
The golden threads covering her eyes snapped, and the concealed truth finally appeared firsthand.
Before a strong wind, a weak nobility cannot stand.
When you say a weak nobility, are you referring to yourself or to those around you?
In the long, endless war, the Goldweaver family was shattered by the sword, and the legacy of romance became a tragedy.
So it sounds like the Chrysos War was actually roughly around the start of Aglaya's ascendancy.
She had a broken mansion and an empty house. The nobles who once loved her, none now willing to help her.
Oh God.
All the romance, talent, peerage, and beauty, what use are they in a disaster?
So she didn't have any real friends.
As she closed her eyes in melancholy, the maidservant pushed a broken loom to her earnestly.
Miss, would you like to pick up the shuttle again and weave for me?
The young miss wanted to laugh, but she could only respond with shock. For the maid's face was now covered in scars, as she fought to protect her mistress's safety.
I guess she did have someone.
Though I can no longer see, I still want to don the garments you weave.
You know, this plus, I think they implied her own blindness, of course, which I'm not sure if it predated her becoming a demigod or not. The soft spot she has for the blind children, really, the particular soft spot, not that you need a reason to feel sympathy, it makes a lot more sense.
And yet, when she heard this, the desire to weave overcame her fears. Therefore, in the broken shadows of a house, the loom of romance moved once more. The garments were exchanged for copious gold, buying back her renown of old.
Oh.
Yet beside this mistress most noble, there was always a blind maid in tow, dressed in luxuries unfitting. As the weaver attended banquets, the praises of her youth returned.
That majestic lady must be Nestia in the flesh.
Kinda.
But harsh words also joined.
The mistress's beauty is quite reduced by a maidservant, so unsightly.
How about you go fuck yourself?
The maidservant apologized in embarrassment, lowering her head.
My mistress, I have brought you shame.
No.
Yet her mistress brought her to the middle of the ball, having her garbed in the latest dress, as the model.
That asshole brought themselves shame. And that is all.
She now knew that praises and ridicule were both untrue, and that romance cared not for beauty of the face. The golden thread of gods exists only within.
Ah, beauty of soul, of heart, and mind.
She is no longer that helpless girl. She already carries the god's authority and walks the hero's route. But she still cannot hold back the calamity of strife.
Okay, so she's a god now. Not sure if she was at the very start of this chapter.
The unsightly maidservant blocked the dagger aimed at the mistress's soul, and blood once again dyed red something she wove.
Oh god.
That was the last time in her life the maid's face she clearly beheld.
What kind of evil asshole?
When sewing the death shroud, she could not control how her fingers shook, often pricked by the needle sharp and acute. Thus that pristine white cloth wept with tears of blood and gloom.
Understandable.
And when the day of the funeral came, she saw the commoners' endless graves, and the nobles dressed in silk, frolicking in the groves, and sadness overwhelmed her in droves.
Such a common tale. Right there. And something changed inside of her when she saw that, I presume. Came to an understanding.
Is this the destiny unleashed? For their act of chasing God's core flames? She kneels before the divine statues and prays to Nestia of romance to look at these garments soaked in blood from the flames of war.
Why are those that appear so fair in fact ugly in truth?
Yeah?
Why do faces unsightly contain souls cut from noble cloth?
Right.
Why can the blind see the light? And why do those with eyes only see night?
The world isn't fair, Aglaya.
The dying god remains silent.
If you no longer have the power to see, then with my destiny,
She grasps the burning core flame.
I'll exchange for eyes that can see everything.
Oh no, this is when she became the god. Earlier when they were saying she's no longer that weak girl, she's divine now, they just meant she's a Chrysos heir. Probably. I do think, it sounds like chapter 4 is the last for each one of them. With Mighty, it was his ascendancy and hers. It's her ascendancy as well. And again, Treeby was already ascended, I think.
Warm liquid flows from her eyes that now see all. In that instance, she is sure that she saw the manifestation of beauty.
And became Nestia. Let's see. If I said I'd save Cypher, we'll do Anaxa, Casterus, and then Cypher. Expose the divine.
Do not make him your enemy, even though he may seem frail and weak.
When a valiant warrior from afar assaulted the grove, he shattered their strength with only his eyes and pointing stick. He sent them running, pride cut to the quick.
Anaxa. He could definitely do that.
He may seem cold and unkind, but he sees through human emotions with just a peek.
A student was troubled by love's trials and aches. With one sentence, he guided them away from heartbreak, letting destiny's strands weave a path to love and happiness's shape.
He's a complicated fellow, but he's very insightful. Maybe a little abrasive, but sometimes that's what you need.
All is science, and human wisdom knows no bounds. Both martial prowess and emotions are knowledge that can be found.
He firmly believes that all things can be deciphered, bared to those who peek. Those that cannot be solved are not mysteries infinite, but only questions waiting to be answered, not obstacles bleak.
Yeah, and he's, well, some things are a bit harder to answer than others, but he makes a fantastic effort.
For those who only protect themselves, the world cannot see their intentions. In sorrowful, parting hours, the scholar refuses trifling matters.
Yeah.
Isolated in a corner of his library, he fiddles with instruments of crafters.
Oh?
Colleagues suspect him of creating new blasphemies.
Probably.
While students believe him to be making new miracles of mastery.
Both can be true.
The curious one's gaze through the window beholds, seeing a small wooden bird on the table, wobbling in comfort, swaying in the scholar's hand, an endearing cohort.
Interesting.
I ask him, seeking his motive for this effort. The scholar, usually so quick to retort, refuses to answer, seemingly coming up short.
I love all the rhyming too. So he whittled the small wooden bird.
Creatures that through his hands pass, all change their functions, invoking wonder peerless. He once removed his hat as others witnessed.
He's never worn a hat.
Then walked on the hat over water, with success. They also saw him light a flare, fearless. Instead, creating chilling cold air not so harmless. That bird was once a toy, and now his messenger. Or perhaps still a toy.
His are so fascinating. Like I think I mentioned before, very much more poetic than a lot of the others.
That is the magic trick of his success, and one of his teachings that he will profess.
Nothing in this world is ever born fixed.
The far-seeing must be far in thought. His teachings are like prophetic delight, yet he opposes prophecies with all his might.
He does.
It's a time he refrains from looking back on. Traveling all lands, chasing prophecies, trying to prove the priest's words were not unchangeable foresight.
And you finally succeeded?
Countless times, he exhausted his crafty sleights, wanting to rescue the doomed and resurrect whites.
Oh no.
Wanting to shame the prophesized heroes of magic and might. Wanting to sway promised villains to a course more upright.
He is... Despite the portrayal he puts forth, or the persona, he's legitimately a good person, I think. Not that he wouldn't do whatever it takes to learn the truth, but...
Perhaps fate could not guess his goals, but it could trample over his plans overnight. At the end, all his challenges flicker out, but he persists still in endless plight.
He's a fighter.
His ambitions are too lofty, and so failure follows him never too softly. Through moments of defeat, felt increasingly common, the scholar learned one thing he has never forgotten.
And what might that be?
Respond to defeat with a smile haughty.
Oh, is that where he got that from?
Not from optimism, nor from a defeat of the heart.
I thank this misfortune's severity.
The laughter oozes with self-mockery, but is also full of a different emotion.
Confidence, learning, basically learn from your mistakes, or...
If this road is easy to walk, then future generations will not praise my name in piety.
Says his ambition.
Right. In other words, he wants it to be the case that only he could have accomplished this. All right, Castris. I think you're at number 4 too. Oh no, 3. With a heart unwithered.
To the dead, when she bids farewell, she casts this slate into the fire, an act futile. I have never heard of lands with such customs.
I wonder what slate she's casting into a fire. I don't assume that's metaphorical. I imagine it's literal.
At this time, something drizzles down the slate. Full of colors, seemingly tears for the Reaper of Chills. It turns out the slate is inscribed with poems.
Oh.
And every phrase is diligently colored with skill.
Poems about the deceased?
Before people pass away, I write down these poems.
That is the limit of the girl's answer. And she only responds with silence for requests to read these poems.
They're not for the living.
As time goes by, she finally opens her petal-veiled heart. And the reason behind her reluctance to show her work is finally clear.
My poems are still too green.
Oh.
Not worthy to be art.
It stems from the girl's shame and discomfort.
I don't believe that, but I understand.
It seems the girl once also loved to imagine with effort. And many wild tales were written on her part. A misunderstanding was what made her cease this art.
A misunderstanding?
It was a pair of archenemies who gained fame in the war. One of them burst into laughter after reading the girl's poetic words.
He and I clearly wish to kill and tear each other apart. But in your eyes, you think we are close, unable to part.
I mean, in a certain sense, perhaps so.
She did not write poetry as a pastime. It is said that she left great works under hundreds of names. In different times, she even criticized her previous beliefs, making her identity even harder to assume.
That's interesting.
I still found her weakness after many twists and turns. No matter how fickle her thoughts, she never lost faith in those words regarding the value of fragile mortal lives. She is heartbreaking and enchanting. She is the fingertips of death.
She is very...
and the ghost of love and poetry.
Heartbreaking and enchanting is perfect description.
However, those poems have brought her many complaints. The poems that her hands composed all lack an ending of any kind.
Huh.
And the Maid of Death has no desire to continue them.
Interesting. I wonder why.
This is truly difficult to write.
The girl excuses herself.
My duty is to lead the living to the end. I cannot think of a fitting end for a poem to the dead.
Oh.
Such is the epitome of lies. One who's grown used to death remains inexperienced with farewells.
I mean, farewells suck, and I imagine it's even harder for her since she's just... It's so difficult for her to form actual connections.
Therefore, I extend her an invitation. In this story belonging to herself, she can leave an ending reserved only for her.
Oh?
What she brings is not only death.
She thus replied when we first met. And when we meet once again for the last time, she again deliberates over this closing statement.
I mean, it's not just death, it's peace from a certain point of view.
Apart from death, there is something else that is worth remembering.
That is the journey she walked.
What is that thing worth remembering, Casterus? Finally. The Phantom Kitty Thief. Oh, this is her first one, too. Lying Cat's Travelogue. Fleet-footed Traveler's Cyphera.
A thief tells a few stories.
The first story is titled The Golden Apple. It doesn't have to go to the fairest.
That's the title?
That city is named Paphos, where the golden light of Nestia shines.
Oh.
The golden apple tree sits in the city's middle. Only the fairest can pluck its apples.
I guess that would make sense since Akama is Kephali's city. But I wonder if that Paphos is where Aglaia was actually from. I would assume she was from Akama, but...
The beauty pageant begins on time, as the fair ones stretch their supple arms, trying to pluck the fruits above their heads. Yet every time the apple comes within reach, a breeze blows the fruit away without a trace.
You sure Cypher's not just stealing them?
The audience in displeasure disbands, with only one girl left standing there, her features bland. Yet to her surprise she finds her arms full of golden fruits, a harvest grand.
Oh. Is it really her surprise? Is this Cypher? Or did Cypher give the fruits to her?
The second story is titled, Trying to Argue? Don't trick yourself, please.
That city is named Idylia, where Circe's roots bury deep and wide. The sophist scholar holds a tortoise aloft, but his theories? Common sense bereft.
Aren't you these gonna have a lesson about respective gods?
Even the best athlete could never catch up to this turtle.
None can overturn him in arguments, and he obtains the champion's crown in merriment. Yet, as he is about to leave, a wind blows the tortoise in front of him. And behold, his paradox becomes truth. To catch up to the turtle, an entire day and night he spends.
Oh, that wind blowing again. I wonder if that's because of Cypher's speed. Or the speed of Zagreus, I guess you could say.
The third story I will tell is titled, A Competition in Trickery. Who do you think is the Grandmaster?
But you, of course, Lady Cypher.
That city is named Dolos, where even Zagreus was once tricked. The king promises to reward the perfect lie, wishing to recreate the deceit of the Titan, his grand feat.
King wants to reward a perfect lie. Interesting.
I think the world is a gourd.
In truth, we are all already dead.
The liars take their turns in the challenge. But no one pleases the king.
Those are all terrible lies. Just completely unbelievable. Though the one about them already being dead is some grain of truth in there. They've certainly all already died at least once.
With a gust of wind, the girl emerges before the king's face. And when she leaves, she already has the king's promised gold in a pouch. The others are curious as to what lie she raised.
Zagreus can only tell lies. And I am Zagreus.
That's a good one. Zagreus can only tell lies, and I am Zagreus. That's almost a... Well, one of those have to be a lie, then.
The fourth story is called, You Like Money. Good. But you must pay the price.
Okay, what city is this now?
That city is called Mythimus, where the sea breeze intoxicates the people with delight.
Ah,
A
Fagusa.
wealthy penny pincher prays to the Titan.
Please give me the power to turn anything into gold.
Uh-oh. Dude, you might want to read this story. It does not end well. You end up destroying your civilization, turning it into gold. It's not good. That's a monkey's paw just waiting to happen.
With a breeze, the rock in his hand turns to gold. But his joy is fleeting to behold. For with one embrace, his wife turns into coins, scattered on the soil.
Basically the same, yep.
He howls at Fagusa to retract the blessing, but sees a girl in a hood in passing. The girl laughs hilariously, holding his hand in hers.
Go back and check your vault. Some gold may be missing. But your beloved is right there, waiting.
Okay. That's a mean trick, but yeah. Good he learns this lesson.
Cyphera, you took another long journey.
And we want to hear your fun stories!
Yeah.
The girl with the hood dangles her feet in the bath, as 2 coins dance and fly between her fingers.
Basically, I visited 4 places, tricked them to my heart's content.
You did?
And came back fully rewarded.
Okay, so each of those, the gusts of wind were a cipher. And she's, you know, the Phantom Kitty Thief, she's not quite a Robin Hood, though, somewhat. She's using her trickery for teaching lessons.
The girl pauses her words and looks out the window, as the light above the Titan's shoulder casts her right cheek aglow.
The dawn will never cease, and the thief star wanders in foreign lands. How would you know that I am not lying right now?
Ooh. Good point. Can't know. There we go. Yeah, maybe there is a final one for each of them. 5 total instead of 4. Still got quite a few left, though. Oh, hey, Mem. Cass. Only at the very end did I realize she was nothing like the rumors. Yeah. I'm really curious. Is everyone like this? Having a side that no one else sees? Is Stell the same? Yeah. I mean, some people wear themselves on their sleeves, but even they probably have a hidden side. I always remain just as I was when we first met. I too have quite a few different sides. That's not quite the same. I'm not sure how to explain it, but maybe I'm talking about a true me. I don't know. Right now, I'm not really in the mood to dig too deep. Cass's story is stepping into the next chapter, and I can't quite explain how I feel. It's like sadness, but also like some strange sense of relief. If someone were to ask about us, how should we tell her story? She found peace. She found what she was looking for. Oh. Maybe it's not over yet. Death couldn't stop her from loving. Damn straight it couldn't. She did everything she was meant to do. Or more importantly, her embrace was just as warm as anyone else's. If you say that, Stell, then that's a trustworthy statement. I'd love a hug from her, too. Yeah.
Mem.
In future stories, Stell doesn't have to go out of their way to avoid any endings for my sake, okay? Of course.
Mem.
Even though every story has an ending, I still wish everything could start over again. Well, if this world is what I think it is, it will start over again. We didn't get more, did we? No, okay. And that is where we shall end this one. Next time we will continue with the Phantom Kitty Thief. She figures out who's trying to trick her, the demi-goddess of trickery.